market and its aging population can make for a difficult situation. It's why 78-year-old Doris Peterson decided to rent out a room in her Federal Heights home.
The primary reason was, of course, a different
Lee and Wrangler Jeans, although they are spinning off their jeans division. And the interesting thing about the company is that over the years they have changed their portfolio. They call it active management, and they're always buying and selling companies. Last year they sold Nautica. This year they bought Dickies, the workwear brand. They're constantly moving in and out of these brands depending on how they perform.
Do they see themselves as an outdoors company?
Their two big areas of focus are outdoors and activewear. That's where they want to continue to grow and continue to acquire brands.
Okay. I'm fascinated they're spinning off jeans. Maybe they don't see a future for jeans? What's happening?
Well, the big jeans brands that they own, Lee and Wrangler, are really not growing very much. I mean, they're sold in mass market chains and department stores, and unlike, North Face and Vans, which are growing, double digits a year, that market is not growing at all. So that's why they want to get rid of it.
Okay, here's my burning question. What the heck does VF stand for?
So the company started in the late 1800s as a manufacturer of women's lingerie, and their big brand at the time was Vanity Fair, and that's where the name comes from. They changed it in the 1960s. They shortened it to VF, but that's the origin of the name.
Vanity Fair, not the magazine, though.
Not the magazine, the lingerie brand.
Okay. The company's headquarters is now in Greensboro, North Carolina. I think Portland, Oregon was also in the running for the relocation. Learned that speaking to the governor this week. Why the move west?
I can't speak to why they chose Denver, but the interesting thing about the company is that although they own all these brands, they don't centralize them typically. In the past, North Face is based in California, Vans is based in California, Timberland is based in New Hampshire. One of the things that's made them successful is they buy these companies, they keep them where they're located. They keep, a lot of times, the founders or the managers who have made those brands successful, they keep them in place. And then they put the back end, the sourcing, the production on this common platform where they can get a lot of economies of scale. And that's been like a recipe for success for them. But they are deviating a bit from that now, where they're moving North Face and some of these other brands to Denver. And so it is a bit of a departure for them.
But if it was working for them, why change course?
I haven't spoken to them directly about this, but it does seem to make sense. North Face is going to be based. They're going to have they have a facility that sort of tests new materials, and to have some of those operations based near each other, there could be some benefit to that.
All right. Indeed, it means the North Face picks up from the San Francisco Bay Area to Denver. Do you see risks in this plan?
There are risks because, there's no guarantee that everybody is going to move, and you could end up losing some of your top people. And especially when you have a consumer brand that has a very strong identity, a lot of that, there's their culture there that can be, upended when you move the company. So, yes, there are definitely risks.
And certainly the folks in Steamboat concerned in that regard as it relates to Smartwool. I'll say that the company has mentioned its decision to move to Denver is more than just about the incentives. Quoting here, this is a lot of business speak. You're likely to recognize this, Suzanne, given your area of coverage. Locating these brands at the base of the Rocky Mountains will enable us to accelerate innovation, unlock collaboration across brands and functions, attract and retain talent, and connect with consumers. I suppose, speaking there to this idea that there are some efficiencies that can be had, I guess we'll see how that pans out as this company moves west. Thanks so much for your perspective.
Thanks for having me.
Suzanne Kapner covers business, finance, and fashion for the Wall Street Journal. We talked about VF Corporation, which indeed owns brands like the North Face and Smartwool. The company will move its headquarters to Denver starting in 2019.